Good morning and welcome to the 2024 World Open Classic Powerlifting Championships here in Druskininkai, Lithuania. I'm Amelia Potter, joined by 66 kilo two-time world champion Pana Tarinidis. Hello, Pana.
Hello guys, how are you?
Yeah, I'm well, thank you. How are you feeling after the other evening?
Very, very tired, but
Yeah.
excited to be here and to watch the 63 kilo women lift. We had some phenomenal lifting so far, so hopefully we keep that pace going.
Yeah, absolutely. And the whole way through the championships, even the B groups, the standards have been so high. We've actually seen in a couple of the weight classes some athletes medal from the B groups. Keep your eye out this morning. We might see that again. It's not impossible. You can see the running order here. It's a nice quick flight of 8. And we'll have the A group this evening back to back with the 83 kilo men. We count in now, as you can see, the squats on the board. Just for reference, the World Open record is 213 kilos, a big squat there.
Yeah, we have a nice group, a nice pack. We have, I think, 4 or 5 lifters around the same numbers, so I think we'll have some good battles. And like you said, you never know if you're competing for a podium placing when you're lifting in the big group, so you just have to give your best on every attempt, get every kilo going, and hope for the best.
Andrea Hatsuyani now from Cyprus, 120 kilos. I think this is our second lifter from Cyprus we've had this championships. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was invited actually.
Oh, you were?
Cool. Yeah. So 120 kilos. She's setting up high bar, which is like pretty unusual. We usually see low bar positioning, but if she feels stronger in that position.
Yeah, lovely and deep, a nice easy looking opener.
Yeah, that looks cool.
3 white lights.
So it's rare we see high bar lifters with their squats.
Yeah, it is. Especially more recently, people have definitely shifted towards the low bar.
Yeah.
Like yourself, but quite a low bar. You've shifted around in that space.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, as lifters, we have to find the position which we're most comfortable with. So.
Absolutely, everybody's built slightly differently in that regard.
So we continue with Andla Merili from Estonia.
135 kilos in the bar for Andla.
Yeah, and see here we can see like a much lower bar position. Very narrow grip with the hands, which usually allows for good comfort and good positioning of the bar. The refs don't seem happy with their starting position. Yeah,
they've asked her to re-rack there, so
I'm assuming it's because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just asking her to stand a little bit more upright there.
5 seconds to go. Hopefully she can make it.
With 1 second.
I think she got it.
Yeah.
I think she got the command. Let's see.
2 to 1, but she does get a yellow from the center referee, which I imagine is for jumping the command.
Probably, yeah. But I mean, in her shoes, I would have done the same. Like, you get the squat command, you have to try the squat.
Yeah, perhaps getting a little nervous hearing that countdown to 1, but the jury seem happy with that.
Yeah, that's not a very good position to be in, to have to retake your openers for some small details like that. But yeah, hopefully, she got her squat in and she will be able to make that adjustment on her second attempt.
Natalia Zhukovska now from Ukraine, 140 kilos. Been competing for 21 years.
That's insane. Nice squat. We can see that experience with her squat technique. Very comfortable squat.
Yeah, she's been on the platform many times. She knows exactly what's worked for her and how to handle herself on the day.
Yeah, very good squat technique.
Kathleen Beggs now from Australia, 142.5 kilos, and Australia's brought a big team this year.
Yeah, exactly. And they have a fantastic SBD singlet.
Yeah,
Like, I'm jealous.
it is really, really nice. I love seeing all the new SBD singlets come out this year.
They're really, really cool. I like the green color in that, and with the yellow, looks awesome. So let's hear a squat.
.74 kilo lifter Steve Day handling her there.
Very narrow stance. Yeah, very, very narrow stance. That looks cool.
Yeah, a little sticky in the middle, but actually the weight looks super comfortable.
Yeah.
3 white lights.
I mean, with your feet this close, balance must be something you have to account for. You don't have a lot of room if you like fall backwards or in front of you. It's
scary place to be.
Yeah, her squats looks like Tiffany's squat or Leah's squat, like a very, very narrow squat, strong on the legs.
Lorna Kachia from Malta now, 150 kilos. Very popular opening weight in this weight class.
Oh yeah.
Really lovely deep opener there from Lorna.
Around 2018-19, I think the squat record for the E63s was around 175, 78.
It's crazy how much that's gone up.
Yeah, and now you can see we have like 3-4 lifters in a row around that 150, 160 plus opener, which is close to that number.
Natalie Cheong now from Singapore, 150 kilos. Opening just 10 kilos below her squat PB. And again, looks really comfortable for her.
Yeah.
And like you said, the fact that just a few years ago, this probably would have got you a squat medal, if maybe close to the record.
Probably.
Just shows you, like I said to begin with, how strong the B group are. But think about the A fight this evening, where that might leave us.
Yeah. The sport has grown so deep, and it's so cool to see so many different lifters from around the world.
Amanda So now from Singapore, 150 kilos.
I think we'll have a squat battle between Team Singapore.
Yeah, I imagine their nationals is quite exciting for that.
Yeah. So she's handled by Farhana, who has the 52 kilo deadlift record, which she set on Sunday. So that must be reassuring.
Yeah, she's been busy since she competed.
Yeah. So let's see that squat. Yeah, that looks very good.
3 white lights, a good lift. And yeah, Team Singapore has brought a big team, and their attempt selection has been really good.
Yeah. And so we are finishing with the heaviest opener from this B group with Sayuri Lalaine from Belgium. And she told me she just got her Belgium citizenship.
Oh, amazing.
So it's her first competition with that citizenship, and every attempt she's going to do will matter for Belgium records.
Wow.
Yeah, and so she's open and master. So every record will be an open and master record in Belgium.
Big day for Sayuri then.
Yeah. Oh, that looked awesome.
Yeah, it looked really comfortable for her, especially because she weighed in at 63 kilos on the dot, and usually when you see that, it means it's been a hard cut.
Yeah, probably.
So even if it was, it's nice to see that it's not affected her.
Yeah, she looks very confident. And we were discussing about that world record that was around the 178-ish, and she'll probably be around that number for her second attempt. Yeah,
I think her personal best was about 180, so it's really cool to see how high she's opening.
So we're continuing with Hadziyani second attempt with 130 kilos.
Yeah, already matching her personal best if she gets this on her second.
Yeah, and matching personal bests is not easy, especially on the world stage, where every kilo is going to count down the line.
Yeah, I think it's very easy to assume lifters are always going to get personal bests on the platform, and it's just not the case.
Yeah. Yeah, same. That looked pretty efficient.
3 white lights, a good lift. Yeah, plenty room in the tank for her third,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
I'm assuming a 5 kilos jump though, because from second to third you don't want to overextend unless you're chasing something like a medal or total placing. But yeah, in terms of extending and being able to provide your best level on the platform, let's see what she thinks she'll be able to do on her third.
Merrily Adler now from Estonia, 142.5 kilos. Adler already opening on her personal best, so everything she gets from here is an extension of that.
I think that might be the lifter that got the problem on the opener with the comments. So hopefully that's cleaned up and she doesn't get that roller coaster of emotion on second attempt. Let's see that. Yeah, much better. Let's see what the referees say. Yeah, two white lights.
Yeah, it's hard with that narrow stance, especially for the centre referee to see
Exactly,
that.
yeah.
But if you get the whites from the side, usually you're right. I say that with caution because sometimes
Yeah.
it does still get overturned.
No, don't risk it for the athletes, Emilia.
Yeah, I'll avoid that.
Yeah, I think the jury seems content with the depth.
Yeah, we've got a jury of 5, and it needs to be unanimous for it to be turned over from a good to a bad or a bad to a good lift. Natalia Zukowska now from Ukraine, jumping 5 kilos to 145.
Yeah, she seems confident. Yeah, that looked clean also. A nice squat. And she's bagging that 145 kilos. And yeah, I think pretty much the same. Maybe a 5 kilo jump from there would be the call.
Yeah, I think 5 kilos is the right call there. That would be quite top end for her for today. Kathleen Beggs now, 150 kilos, 7.5 kilo jump. Definitely worth considering that those coming from that part of the world have travelled
Oh, so many hours.
so many hours. Not quite the same travel as we had.
Exactly, yeah. Let's see if travel has affected her in any shape or form. Oh,
Yeah, it looks really strong. So,
Yeah.
and actually the balance looked better that time.
exactly, yeah. I was a bit afraid because she started bracing and the central ref hadn't given her the squat command yet. Usually you get the squat command, then you brace, because, you know, if you have any movement, then you're not settled and maybe the central ref can wait to give you the command. So hopefully she doesn't jump the command on the third.
Lorna Katchia now, 155 kilos, matching her personal best.
Oh, that looked deep.
Yeah, no question of that.
Oh. She pushed through that sticking point, kept the positioning, and she was able to make it.
Yeah, it was quite hard, but some lifters adjust, and you're a factor. You're good at grinding through squats.
You know, sometimes some people see something, but you feel something different. Like the bar can move very, very well, and you're like, oh, I was this close to missing it.
Yeah.
So it's really about self-assessment a lot of times.
Absolutely, you have to take what you have on the day, not what
Exactly,
you
yeah.
planned.
So maybe she'll jump 10 kilos from that. Let's see.
We'll see. 157.5 for Natalie now.
Yeah, that looked also very, very good. 3 white lights, no doubt here. Very good technique.
Yeah, and that's definitely going to help her when it gets a little bit heavier on her third. Our penultimate second attempt now, Amanda So, following her teammate with 157.5 kilos. Again, matching each other jump for jump.
Yeah, and also on projected total, they're very, very close. 427.5 for Cheong and 432.5 for Seo. So we may have a Singapore battle
Yeah.
going on in the 63B group.
It slowed down a little bit, but she kept position
Yeah.
really, really well.
Yeah.
And I was going to say she weighed in quite light at 62, but then I looked at her teammate who weighed in at 60.45 kilos.
Yeah. She wants to have the body weight for sure on
Well,
her.
she'll have it.
And so we're finishing the second round with the biggest squat of 177.5 for Lelaime. And like I said, she's a master lifter competing in the open. So and she's fired up.
Yeah, and she could take that world record. The M1 squat record is 180.5, so she's not far away.
Exactly. She'll probably attempt it on her third if that one goes well. Let's see. Oh, unfortunately. I think she may have lost positioning in the hole.
Yeah, because in terms of how she was pushing through, it looked like the strength would have been there. Let's have a look at that again. It's almost like her leg straightened a little too early there.
You know, that's she was very, very close to a world record, and like I said, that was close to the open record from the 2019 for a reason, because it's a hard way to complete. Pame, Hadzigani, 137.5. From second to third, that's actually a pretty big jump.
Yeah, although to be fair, her 130 was very smooth,
Yeah.
so she could be good for it, but I think it'll be hard.
Let's see. If she completes it, she'll be 7.5 above her personal best on squats, which is a good accomplishment to make on the world stage, obviously.
Wow.
Oh, right on the line.
And 2 to 1
2
at
to 1
goodness.
lift.
Yeah, like you said, the depth was on the line, and sometimes it can go one way or the other. And actually, the side that gave her the depth call is where we're sat.
Yeah.
But it looks a little bit better in that replay.
I think it will be overruled, no? I think they're discussing it.
Yeah, we'll keep one eye on the jury and one eye on Merrily Andler with 147.5. No, I think it will stay.
Oh, nice. Good for her. So Andla squat.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that.
No, it's been overruled, unfortunately. Button just stopped working. Merrily Andler now for Estonia, 147.5.
Her second attempt was pretty hard. So let's see how she does with that one. Lost positioning.
Yeah, just
Probably a bit too heavy for today.
yeah, and again, it took her a little while to get that start command
Yeah.
this time round, but I think just a bit too much of a jump. There's no shame in jumping 2.5 kilos.
Yeah, 100%. You also have to be knowing why you're going to take another attempt for. Maybe she thought she needed those extra 5 kilos to build her total, and sometimes that's a risk you have to be willing to take. Fortunately, it didn't pay out for her.
Natalia Zhukovska now from Ukraine, 150 kilos, 5 kilo jump. This will land her 2.5 below her best, but that shows the experience. She's taking what she has today.
Oh, that was a battle.
Yeah, and it looked good. 3 white lights. And that's that experience we were talking about.
100%, like you said. Sometimes you have to be willing to know, okay, I've already squatted more than this, but I don't feel like I'm able to do that today, so let's settle for a bit under that to make sure I complete all of my lifts.
Yeah, the platform's no place for ego.
100%.
Kathleen Beggs now, 155 kilos, 5 kilo jump. Her second looked smoother than her opener,
Yeah.
slower but smoother.
100%. Let's see if she can keep that balance on the third one and complete the lift. Oh, that looked better than her opener.
It did, that was the best one yet, 3-point lights.
And she's happy with it. Yeah, that looked very, very good.
And sometimes lifters do take a couple to get into it, unfortunately, because there are only 3 lifts.
Yeah. There is hype in the audience for Kasia Lorna attempting 160 kilos on her third attempt. Her second was work, but I mean, you're on the world stage, might as well send it and do your absolute best.
And nothing to lose here.
A bit too heavy. A bit too heavy.
Yeah, no lift, unfortunately.
But you have to go for it.
Yeah, and look, only one person can win the class. Only 3 people can get on that World Games spot, and they're here for their own reasons, if not fighting for those top pole positions.
100%. So we continue with Seo from Singapore. There is a little error on the board, and she's attempting 160 kilos. Her second was very, very smooth, very technical. So hopefully she can keep that technique and be able to complete the lift also. Too bad.
Yeah, a little too much. She jumped 2.5 kilos, so, you know, she felt already she was at her top end.
Yeah.
She got all she could out of the day. And that's good to know that you didn't make a ridiculous jump and then lose out on potential kilos. She got what she
100%.
had.
Yeah.
Her teammate now, Natalie Cheong from Singapore, 162.5 kilos.
So if she completes that, they're on the same projected total with Seo, which is again a good thing for us. We have the Singapore battle going on. So let's see that. She needs those kilos. Oh, that was a battle.
Yeah,
That was a good
great fight.
2-1 once again.
Yeah, again, depth on one side, and
Yeah.
it has been turned over, so we just want to hold our breath for a second. Not this, sorry, a lift earlier. Looks
On the
line,
replay, yeah.
but better.
On the replay, it looks on the line. Let's see. I think they might be okay with it. I think they might be okay with it. Now we have Lelaim Sayuri, and she needs to complete this lift. Otherwise, she will fall way behind on her projected total, losing 10 kilos. So we're rooting for her.
Yeah, and it looked like the strength was there. Like we said, it looked
100%.
more like a technical error.
Yeah. Let's see that. This will be a fight. Oh, much better.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried she cut depth a little
Same,
bit.
yeah. They're 2-1.
That's good news. Again, the red is the side that we're sat on, so we'll look again in the replay at the other angle.
And I think they're discussing it. They don't seem too happy with the depth.
But I think it will stand.
Yep.
That's great news. And just quickly before we head into a short break before bench press, currently as it stands, So with 157.5, Cheong with 162.5, and Lelaim with 177.5 as it did stand. And obviously this is subject to changes with the prime time later. We have a 20-minute break now before we head into bench press, so don't go anywhere and we will see them. Hello and welcome back to the 2024 IPF World Open Classic Powerlifting Championships. I am Amelia Potter, joined by Pana Ternidis, and we have just had the 63B squat session. Saw some good squatting there.
Yeah, we had a bit of drama.
Yeah, we had some people have to re-rack, some missed lifts, making sure everyone's awake this morning. And we head now into the bench press session. Again, just one flight of 8, so we'll get through it quite quickly. So don't go anywhere. And we have 60 kilos now for Andrea.
Hatzigani from Cyprus. So as you know now, we have a new rule since almost a year now, a bit above that, with you're not allowed to put your feet on the bench to set up, and also you have to hit elbow depth.
Yeah, which has been quite the topic of conversation at this
100%.
championships.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how it is affected here. Often the lighter weight classes are mostly affected by it. I can't imagine too much wrong with that.
Yeah, I probably think there won't be any elbow depth issue. So for people that don't know, basically the elbow depth rule is a rule to enforce a given amount of range of motion on the movement, just as squats, for instance, with the squat depth. And so basically it's a point of reference between the shoulders and the elbows, and both of the elbows have to hit depth. So let's see if we have some examples during this flight. But yeah.
Yeah, we hope at the very least, not during the openers.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, Merrily Adler now from Estonia, 62.5, competing for 1 year only.
Oh.
Already at the World Championships and opening on her personal best.
Yeah, when you're training or competing for not a long time, you're going to get stronger pretty quickly.
Yeah, otherwise probably wouldn't recommend opening on your PB.
Oh yeah, she has room. She has room left.
Yeah, she probably doesn't know where her ceiling is yet. Still growing, still making gains very quickly.
Look at the speed of the spotters.
Yeah, especially on bench. Usually it's quite slow to change the bar on bench, but they are like a pit crew.
100%.
Lorna Caccia now from Malta, also opening on her personal best, but has been competing for 6 years. So let's see how this works out for her, 72.5.
You can see the lifters taking their time to set up because the setup on the bench is extremely important. Nice.
UI likes a good lift. Yeah, bench is probably the most technical of the lifts. The most can go wrong. There are the most infractions, and therefore lifters are very technical most of the time when it comes to setting up. Kathleen Beggs now, and I'm sure you can hear the Australians in the room, opening on 75 kilos.
The Australians are hyped.
Very comfortable for Kathleen there.
Yeah, so you saw what she did. She did some sort of a sink. So for those of you that don't know, there are 2 ways to do a pause on the bench press. You either sink the bar or you soft touch it. So as you can see, she sunk the bar in, and usually lifters do that to actually increase a bit the range of motion and to be able to hit depth. So I'm assuming she would have problems with elbow depth otherwise, and that's the way she found to counter that. So that's very interesting to watch.
Yeah, because it's less typical to see the lighter weight sink. There's less to sink into, but I see a lot of people adopting it more frequently now.
Yeah.
Natalie Cheong now from Singapore, 75 kilos.
Yeah, as you can see, she did what we call a soft touch. So really barely touching her chest with the bar, allowing for a really good maintaining of her positioning and stretch. Whereas with the sink, you have to let the bar sink in a bit.
Yeah, and the issue sometimes with the sink is you don't get a press command quite as quickly because the bar has to be motionless to get the press command.
Yeah. So we're back with Sayuri Lelaim from Belgium, and like I said, she's also a masters lifter. So she competes as an open, but is master, so meaning she's 40 years old or older than that. And she said she had her eyes on a lot of the Belgian records because you can set national records at the world stage. So hopefully that goes well for her. Oh, that looked effortless.
Yeah, really nice and easy for her, and not so far off of her personal best either. Just 5 kilos under.
Yeah, and she looked happy with it. She came off the platform, smiles, everything.
Natalia Zukowska now from Ukraine, opening on 90 kilos. She had a big fight with her last squat, but she got it.
Yeah. Like you said, been competing for 20 years. So she has tons of experience, and obviously that helps. Oh.
A little trouble getting it steady on her chest there, but
yeah.
she gets 3 white lights. It was before the press command, so just fine there. Watch that again here. You can see it just bounce around a little bit.
Yeah, that was a bit wobbly.
I'm sure that's something with her experience she'll fix for her second.
So continue with Amanda So from Singapore. Yeah, good setup. Nice.
Yeah, very comfortable weight for Amanda. 3 white lights, a good lift. Now, if you ever hear a beep while a lifter is setting up, that will count for the 30-second mark of the minute timer to let the lifter know that they have 30 seconds left. And that concludes our opening attempts. We head straight through to our second round of bench now.
With Hadzigiani Andrea with 65 kilos. And it's matching her personal best. So we're expecting to see a good fight.
Yeah, her opener was very comfortable. That is a big fight.
Just a bit too heavy. I think she may have, like in her head, jumped the press command. It looked like she was about to push and then stop pushing and started pushing again.
Yeah, and the thing is, with these lighter weight classes, 5 kilos is still a pretty hefty jump.
Yeah. But I mean, at some point, you know, you're either opening too heavy or you have to make better jumps, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, and this is a perfect use of the 2.5 kilo jump.
Yeah.
Merrily Andler now from Estonia, 67.5 kilos. 5 kilo jump. Her opener was very easy, and like we said, with only 1 year competitive experience, still trying to find that ceiling.
Yeah, so it's 5 kilos above her personal best. So if she makes it, I think she'll be pretty happy with it. Oh, nice. She had a bit of wrist action going on. I think you can see on the replay. Because on the bench you want to push the bar backwards, but if you have some movement with your wrist, I think her right wrist started playing a lot. With that kind of movement, you actually dump the bar forward, so maybe that's why it was a bit more work.
Lorna Katja, 77.5 kilos, another lifter opting for a 5 kilo jump. Lorna opened on her personal best, so this would extend that.
Yeah, so as you can see on the board, we have either 5 kilo jumps or 2.5 kilo jumps all over the place. stuck.
We're seeing some difficult seconds,
Yeah.
especially after the openers, because not many, maybe one or two of the openers looked a little harder than you'd expect, but most of them looked pretty comfortable.
Yeah. But you know, again, like we said, it's the world stage. Sometimes you don't even realize it, but it drains you. It's not as easy. It's not training. You know what I mean? It's
Absolutely, it's mentally taxing as
yeah.
well.
Because in training, if you miss a lift, you're like, okay, just missed a lift in training. But if you miss on the world stage, you're like, oh, I'm 5 kilos behind what I needed or what I wanted for my total.
Yeah, you end
Not
up
the
chasing
same.
yourself.
So we continue with Natalie Tiong, 77.5. Oh yeah. And like we said, she opted for the 2.5 jump and not the 5 kilo jump.
Yeah, and that's a perfect example of when it's well used, because she'll probably do another 2.5 kilo jump and she'll end up 5 kilos ahead of where she started. And a lot of the people who jumped 5 kilos initially may not even get that as a result of the jumps they made.
And they end up on the opener and now they're too far behind. So continue with Kathleen Beggs, and she took a 7.5 kilo jump.
Yeah, this is a lot bigger than the other ones we've seen, but she's been lifting well today, so I hope it pays off for her.
Let's see. Oh,
And it seems
nice.
to, gets a lot of power out of that sink on her chest.
Yeah. Very, very convincing second attempt.
Yeah, definitely one of the stronger ones we've seen so far.
We continue with Sayuri Lalaim, 90 kilos, 5 kilo jump. And so far, besides that 7.5 kilo jump we've seen, almost all of the 5 kilos jump have been a failure. So hopefully that was a good call. But her opener seemed very, very strong, very smooth. So sometimes you just have to load it, you know. You cannot be afraid to load a weight on the bar.
Absolutely, and if this is the similar way then she trains, then that's the right way to go as well.
You know, the goal of our sport is to lift as much as you can, not to do 2.5 kilos jump every time. You have to find a balance.
Yeah.
And that was smooth.
Yeah, it seems like she's found it.
Yeah.
3 white lights, a good lift, and that looked very comfortable. And like you said, one of the first athletes to make that 5 kilo jump successfully.
Yeah, as scary as it may seem, sometimes you have to go for it.
Yeah, and if you know where you want to end up, it's not always about how you get there, it's about getting there.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have a 2.5 kilo jump, and I would agree with that jump. Her opener, although it didn't seem very, very slow, at some point she lost a bit her balance at the bottom. It was wobbly.
Yeah, and we see on squats she makes sensible decisions.
Oh, that was much better.
Yeah, still a little bit sticky, but you can tell that she's experienced.
Yeah.
She does get a yellow from the side referee, so I'm wondering if there's any sort of butt lift there.
Yeah, probably, I'm assuming.
Have a look here in the
Oh,
replay.
yeah. Oh, yeah. This probably will be overturned.
Yeah.
Fortunately.
We'll keep an eye on the jury, but for now, Amanda So from Singapore, 95 kilos.
Taking her time to set up. As we said, bench setup is very, very important. How you set up is going to pretty much decide if you're going to make the lift or not. Oh, very good bench.
Yeah, that is a lovely second attempt from Amanda and a good lift. And yet, we've seen it time and time again where a lifter sets up even slightly wrong and fails the lift, comes back, sets up correctly, and it looks like an opener.
Exactly, yeah. And it looked like she had a bit more in the tank, so maybe we'll see our only her kilo attempt of the flight.
We head into third attempts now, and it seems like Zukowska's lift will remain a good lift.
Good for her.
Yeah, got away with that.
So we continue with Hadziani Andrea. She's going to retake the weight she tried to attempt on her second. And it looked hard, but sometimes you never know what goes through the lifter's mind, and maybe she knows what to do, what to correct in order to make the lift this time around. A bit too slow off the chest.
Yeah, the position did look much better,
Yeah.
but I think it is just a strength thing today, unfortunately.
Yeah, like you said, you don't know like the circumstances in which an athlete comes. I'm assuming it's probably her first world championship.
Yeah,
Sometimes you have to come here on that platform to get that experience because you cannot get it through a live stream, or you have to be here in person to lift on that platform to feel it.
absolutely. It's completely different when it's you there yourself. Merrily Andler now from Estonia, jumping 2.5 kilos to 70 for her third and final bench.
Again, taking her time to set her shoulders into the bench. Oh, nice.
Great third attempt there from Andler.
Yeah.
3 white lights. And this is a great example of if she wanted to end up on 70, she could have easily done 60, 65, 70, but it may not have gone the same way. You've got to consider that not only is it a jump from your first to second, but that jump from second to third, you're going to be more tired. You've already lifted a couple times, so having that smaller jump that second time does matter.
Yeah, I agree.
Lorna Katchia now, 77.5. Missed it on her second.
Drives. Oh, I think she got it. Oh, nice.
A completely different lift this time round. Gets a yellow from the side referees, which I imagine is for butt lift, so we'll have a
probably.
look. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Which is probably why she was able to complete the lift. Because as we know, like lifting the butt off the bench gives a bit more leg drive, and that's not allowed in a competition. So too bad. Strength was there almost.
Yeah, it'll definitely be there next time, I think.
Yeah.
Natalie Cheung now, 80 kilos.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she had a really nice touch and kept that position really well, pushing through.
So we continue with Beggs Kathleen, and she only took a 2.5 jump from her second to third, although her second lap was very, very strong, very good, very convincing. Maybe again, like we said, she felt something and she doesn't seem too confident loading more than that. So let's see. And she's the only lifter of the flight doing a sink bench, so sinking the bar into her chest.
Wow. A really good third attempt. The thing is, some lifters, especially on bench, drop off very fast.
Oh, 100%.
So her bench could just look good until it doesn't.
Yeah.
But it looks good.
Yeah. So we continue with Sayuri Lelaim jumping 2.5. And as we can see on the projected total, depending on what happens here, it may be a bit closer than anticipated. Oh, that was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Looking third there. And 2 to 1 in good lift.
Yellows from the center ref probably means she jumped the command.
Yeah, I'll have a look at that again in the replay. Obviously, we can't hear the commands from where we are, so...
Oh, I think the central ref, showed elbows.
Soft elbows.
Yeah, but I think that would be blues. Probably. No?
I think as a result of that, the jury are pretty happy with the lift.
Yeah.
Natalia Zhukovska now from Ukraine, 95 kilos to match her personal best. Taking another 2.5 kilo jump. She knows herself very well.
Oh, yeah.
Really
the
tight.
problem is when you have a an opener that's not as good technically as you know you're able to do, then it sets you up for less kilos down the line. Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, I'm afraid I'm
yeah, he
pretty.
probably will be overturned.
Yeah, we can see the butt lift there. Haven't
Yeah,
seen any movement from the jury. Oh,
yeah,
yeah, I
they're
think they are
overturning
overturning
it.
that. And while we wait for that to be overturned, we now watch Amanda So from Singapore with a big milestone bench of 100 kilos to end off the session here for deadlifts.
100 kilos is a milestone of everybody stepping foot into the gym. So
Yeah.
hopefully she gets that milestone on the world stage. That would be fantastic. Oh, she has to fight. Unfortunately.
Just a bit too much, unfortunately, and she seems in good spirits, which is
Yeah.
great.
Like you said, her second moved very well, 5 kilos more, and sometimes it's a completely different story. So that's why you always have to know yourself as an athlete and be ready to fight every single time.
Absolutely, that self-assessment you were talking about. We're going to take a short 20-minute break now before we head into deadlifts and conclude the 63B flight. Just a reminder, as we see the ranking jump around, we do have the A flight later this evening, so that is subject to change. Don't go anywhere, and we will see you then. Hello and welcome back to the IPF World Classic Powerlifting Championships here in Druskininkai, Lithuania. I'm Amelia Potter, joined by the one and only Hannah, and we have just had the 63 B group bench press, heading straight into the deadlift session now, where we are looking to see them secure their totals and hopefully build on something big. So you can see the running order here. We have some pretty big openers in this B flight.
Yeah, exactly. I would say around 200 kilos starts to become a very, very strong deadlift. And we have a couple of them around that mark. So let's see if we have a 200 kilo deadlift attempt during this flight. But
Yeah.
we're starting with Andrea Hadziani with 125 kilos. Nice ball.
Yeah, nice and easy for her. 3 white lights, a good lift, and with each successful deadlift attempt open, you see they will secure their total, and that's often why you'll see lifters try to open relatively light.
Yeah, and she's also pulling conventional, which in general is not like the most common technique approach, let's say. But some lifters feel better like that, and I'm one of them. So it's really up to how you feel the better and the stronger.
Have you tried sumo before?
Oh yeah, you don't want to know. You don't want to see that. Oh, we have another conventional pull.
Merrily
150.
and low.
That was smooth up until lockout.
Yeah, good lift, 3 white lights.
Yeah.
And I suppose for those of you who think sumo is cheating, you can hear it first here from Panna that
If it was cheating, if it was much easier, I would definitely pull sumo. You know, obviously some people have better leverages in sumo, but it's the same with squats, it's the same with bench. We all have different leverages, and the goal of the sport in any sport is to take advantage of your leverages.
absolutely you wouldn't shun a basketball player for being tall.
Exactly. So we continue with Lorna Kasia, and she's pulling sumo. As we can see, she has those longer legs, so makes sense. Nice. Really nice opening pull.
Yeah, 3 white lights, a good lift. And everybody from here on out, so the next 5 lifters, all taking an open of 185 and up.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, so I won't be surprised actually if we see a few lifters end at 200 and above.
Yeah, probably. And as we were saying, we're in the big groups. Seeing this level of competition, this level of strength in the big group says a lot about how much far our sport is
Yeah.
going.
Kathleen Beggs now, Australia, 185 kilos. 20 kilos below her personal best.
And another conventional pull.
Yeah. Turns out they heard you and they decided to all switch.
They decided to switch.
Quaking in their boots.
So we continue with Sayuri Lalaim. And with that lift, she's 20.5 kilos below the world record on her weight class, because she's a master also. So maybe we can see a Master 1 record today.
It's a good lift, 3 white lights, looked comfortable.
Yeah, I think the coach is requested to brush the bar off a bit.
Yeah, it will happen automatically between each third attempt, but coaches and athletes can request it at any time, and especially if there was a conventional puller before a sumo puller,
Yeah.
you're going to want to clean it up because their hands will go where the conventional puller's legs were.
Yeah.
Amanda So now from Singapore, 185 kilos.
And we still have the battle of the two Singapore women, because they are on the same projected total with their openers, so only body weight will distinguish them. Oh, nice.
3 white lights, a good lift.
Very efficient sumo pull. And we continue with Sukovska Natalia from Ukraine, 195 kilos on the bar.
10.5 kilos below her personal best, which means she is a record holder in
probably.
Ukraine.
Maybe she's the... Oh no, she's not a master. Maybe that's the world record holder.
Yeah, good observation. The record is at 205.5, so that would be Natalia's, I imagine. That is a good lift. Maybe she's going to take a stab at her own potential record today. We have one final opening attempt now from Natalie Tiong from Singapore, 195 kilos.
That was a bit of work for an opener.
That is a good lift. Yeah, and with sumo, you typically you have to be a little bit more patient off of the ground than you would with conventional, and you're rewarded with that snappier lockout. So as long as you can break the ground, usually you're in a good place.
So I have pulled it up, and actually Sukovska Natalia is the world record holder.
There we go. I imagine to see another attempt at that. She's gone for 202.5 per second, which is just 3 kilos below her own world record.
Yep. So we continue with Andrea Kadzigiani for her second attempt, a 7.5 kilo jump with 132.5.
Another thing to take into account as well is this is a fast-moving flight for the athletes.
Yeah, it's very fast. But you know, I'll be honest with you, we have those 8 lifters in the primetime sessions. Honestly, it's not the end of the world. As an athlete, you have to adapt to the circumstances, right?
Absolutely. And I think this is a good example of doing so.
Nice. Good pull. Very good pull.
3 white lights, a good lift. And yeah, it's good as an athlete to be ready for one of two scenarios, you know, having to have a quick turnaround and then maybe having a much longer turnaround than you're used to if the flight is super long.
Yeah. You know, as an athlete, your job and your role is to adapt to the circumstances you're under. And either you do adapt and you do good, or you don't, and sometimes things will happen down the line. So it's cool to see those ladies battle it out despite the circumstances of that short flight.
Merily Andler now from Estonia, jumping 10 kilos to 160 for her second attempt. This will be a 7.5 kilo personal best on her second if she's to make this. That is a tough pull.
Yeah.
Manages to lock it out. Let's wait for the lights.
Oh, 3 white lights.
There we go. Question is now where to go for your third. There's not too much left in the tank, and the way she lifts as well, I worry that as it gets heavier, she might start hitching there.
Yeah, I agree with you. I honestly think 2.5 would be the call to make sure she gets it. Maybe they will go for a placing, something like that. But in terms of pure strength, let's see.
Lorna Kachia now, 170 kilos to match her personal best.
She's pulling. Nice. Yeah, with her deadlift technique, I think keeping the position of the floor is really #1 priority, and if she's able to do that, then that's where she'll be able to complete the lift.
I wonder if she has dabbled in a grip, because the way she bench and deadlifts makes me think that, you know, she might dabble between the two. Amanda So now from Singapore, 192.5 kilos. Probably an internal battle, like you said, between the Singaporeans there.
Yeah, they're on the same total, and so will extend her total by 7.5 if she completes the lift. Oh, very good.
Yeah, still looking really comfortable.
Yeah. I think we'll probably see her jumping around the 200 kilo mark.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be surprised to see her attempt it. You know, we saw her attempt the 100 for her bench. I'm sure she's pushing to get those big milestones.
And we have the crowd favorite. Team Australia is fired up. So we have Kathleen Beggs, 195 kilos on the bar, representing Australia. Oh, that was good. That was very smooth.
Yeah, she looks really, really strong today. That is a good lift.
So we continue with Sayuri from Belgium, attempting 195 kilos, and like we said, it's 10.5 kilos below the world record. So depending on how that moves, maybe we can see a world record attempt today. Oh yeah.
Yeah, moving really well for Sayuri.
What do you think, Amelia?
I
Will we
think,
see a world record attempt?
I mean, it'll be a probably 11 kilo jump from where she is now. And that's not even taking into account Zukowska, who probably will be attempting it as well. But if that's what she's come for, she's at no loss for trying for it. Oh, and the jury's overruled that last lift for Lalime. For insufficient lockout, I believe.
That's tough. What do you do now?
She knows where her strength levels is at. She's at no loss if she wants to go up. I think that has to be a self-assessment on her half. The current world record holder, however, Natalia Zukowska, attempting 202.5, just 3 kilos below the M1 record. Absolutely amazing patience off the ground there. I was worried for a second she wouldn't even break the ground, but there's a reason she's a world record holder.
And mind you, she's 43 years old.
Yeah.
Deadlifting 202.5 kilos. That's really, really impressive.
Now the question is, does she have room left in the tank for that third?
That will be a war. I think she'll attempt it.
We now have Nasi Cheong from Singapore attempting 205 kilos.
That's a really, really big jump. Her opener didn't seem as quick.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
That was a good lift. And sometimes it's really hard to tell with sumo pullers because of that, you know, breaking the floor, that patience that some people, they always just really struggle off the floor and then they can pull as soon as it breaks. And some sumo pullers are slightly faster off the floor, but then it starts to break down.
Yeah, exactly. We all have different slowing down points during the movements, and that's usually how you can determine, like, oh yeah, I have 5 more kilos, 10 more kilos left.
Yeah, and it seems like Zukowska has gone for the record. Obviously, it's an open competition, so you can't chip.
Yeah.
So she's gone for the 207.5, which will be 2 kilos above the current record. But for now, we move into the third attempt.
Andrea Hadjiani with 137.5 kilos. She's collecting herself, getting ready to pull. Last deadlift of the comp, you don't want to leave anything. You want to leave it all on the platform. Wow. She had more.
Yeah, that was a fantastic third attempt for Andrea.
Yeah, she had more.
And like you said, this is probably her first international. Cyprus are quite a new team to the IPF, or to the World Championship, so likely just getting that platform experience, figuring out where her strength levels are, especially after traveling, and I'm sure we'll see more from her soon.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes that kind of experience cannot be bought. You have to come here, you have to complete the lifts under the circumstances, under the IPF judging, and learn for yourself also.
Merrily Andler now from Estonia, 162.5 kilos, opting for that 2.5 kilo jump like we thought. It was a hard second.
Yeah, that was a very, very tough battle, so let's see if she's able to replicate that battle on her third. battle has begun. Let's see, let's see.
Wow, she hasn't stopped though. Oh, that is amazing. And you know what? Props to her, because she's not been competing long as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes newer lifters really struggle to find that grind. You know, they give up a little bit earlier. So the fact that she held on for so long is so impressive.
Yeah. You know, it builds character to be able to pull for so many seconds.
You would know.
Yeah, I know a bit of that. So that's cool. So hats off to her.
Lorna Katia from Malta, 177.5 kilos for her third and final attempt.
And we actually were wondering if we would see a lot of 200 kilos and above pulls, and almost all of the remaining pulls will be 200 and above. But first, let's see Katia Lorna with 177.5 kilos. Oh, she's pulling. Oh.
Just a bit too much today,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, a bit too heavy for the day.
7.5 kilo jump was just a little too eager, I think, for that final pull. Especially because she jumped 5 from her opener to her second.
Yeah.
You don't usually see, at least successfully, a larger jump from second to third.
So we'll continue with Amanda, and Amanda is trying to actually be 2.5 above Cheong's total, so playing the game in order to be the #1 ranked 63 kilo woman in Singapore. So let's see her attempt that 197.5.
It's more than she's ever lifted before.
Oh, it's coming off the floor. Oh, nice.
Yeah, and she did that comfortably.
Yeah, she probably had that 2.5 left to actually attempt the 200, but they're playing the game, trying their best, getting every kilo that matters, and now Cheong is in a position where she needs to complete her pull in order to knock Sue off the first Singapore placing. Oh, Laim is having the time of her life.
Yeah, she's getting pumped up for that last deadlift. I want to know what she's listening to.
We can ask her later. So 200 kilos. That will be work. She got overruled her second attempt for lockout, so she will have to be really, really wary about her lockout. Yeah, it's coming off the floor. It's a fight. No, nice.
Let's wait
I
for
think
the
she's
mic.
got it.
Yeah, it looks better.
Yeah. Fewer lights.
Lets out a roar.
She's happy with it.
Yeah, so she should be, especially after coming back, after missing that second. But I think it was a good scenario. She knew where her strength was based off the second. She knew exactly what needed to change to get it.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And 470 kilo total. That's a very, very good total.
Absolutely, yeah. Now I have Kathleen Beggs from Australia coming out for 205 kilos, another 10 kilo jump. And she has been lifting so well today. She looks really strong. So let's see how she can finish off the day.
Her second attempt looked very strong, so
Yeah, really comfortable, just like her bench.
yeah. I would be
Wow. She is so strong. 3 white lights, and I think a fair few kilos she can collect next time.
yeah. So we have the Ukraine lifter Zhukovska Natalia attempting to break her own world record, Master 1 deadlift attempt.
Yeah, this will extend the current World Masters 1 record by 2 kilos. Of course, being an open championship, she can't chip it, so doesn't have that advantage, but 5 extra kilos. She is a deadlift record holder as it stands, so if anyone can do it, she can.
Let's see her. Oh, it's coming off the floor.
Wow, look at that!
Yeah, that's insane.
3 white lights, and once again rewarded for that patience, and a new Masters 1 deadlift record. That was a
an
great
amazing
pull.
pull. Yeah. She kept her patience off the floor. Her second attempt was work, and she was able to replicate it for her third, securing the world record Master 1 deadlift. So, really happy for her.
Yeah, really, really excellent. And that leaves us with just one final pull of this morning session. 212.5 kilos for Natalie Cheong from Singapore to be a personal best, and it also means she'll pull ahead of her teammate Seo and walk away winning that Singaporean battle.
205 was work. Let's see if she can replicate that. Oh!
Wow, these ladies know how to fight.
Yeah, she showed heart. 2-1.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that replay as we know the jury are watching it as well, but as it stands, she ends in a 455 total. That looks good to me.
Yeah, let's see what the jury has to say. I think they're happy with it.
And so it shall stand, I believe. Great news, and just a quick reflection here. Beggs from Australia with that fantastic 205. Zukowska with the new M1 deadlift record with 207.5, and Cheong from Singapore 212.5. That's the current standings for deadlift, but obviously that is subject to change as we move forward this evening into the A flight. A quick view into the subtotals with Lime leading as an M1. Very impressive. But that, okay, again, is subject to change. Hannah, thank you so much for joining me this morning. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, that was my pleasure. And congratulations to all of those fantastic ladies that put up great performances. And like you said, now we have to wait for the 63A group to see if those placings will change. Probably will, but maybe we'll see a couple of medals maybe on movements.
Absolutely.
Hopefully. And we'll catch around in a couple of hours with the 83 kilo lifter men B group.
See you then.